Welcome to Bootleg in the Paint. I am your host, Earl K. Sneed, and we're going to talk about some of the top sports headlines from the past week. Now, it's the start of the NFL season, but for some reason, the NBA is stealing all of the headlines right now for all the wrong reasons. Sports journalist Pablo Torre did a deep dive into something on his podcast that looks to be investigated on right now by the NBA. They're opening up an investigation into the Los Angeles Clippers as if the Clippers tried to circumvent the salary cap by paying superstar Kawhi Leonard off of the books through a company, an environmental company that's now bankrupt. Supposedly, allegedly, that company was paying Kawhi Leonard $28 million dollars off of the books, $7 million dollars for the past 4 years for not doing work at all. And it wasn't an endorsement deal. Now, Clippers owner Steve Ballmer has come out and said he was an investor into this company that's now bankrupt. The co founder of that company is in prison for fraud. Steve Ballmer said that he was conned by this company. And although they were not paying Kawhi Leonard through this company, they did introduce the company to Kawhi Leonard. And if Kawhi Leonard on his end worked out an endorsement deal away from the Clippers, they are not knowledgeable about that. Now, the NBA is going to investigate to see if the Clippers actually tried to circumvent the salary cap in order to recruit Kawhi Leonard when he was a free agent and to pay him off of the books. Steve Ballmer is one of the wealthiest people in the United States. And even he says that he was conned by Ascension, that's the name of the company. And once he found out he was being conned, he tried to back out of that deal. And he never introduced Kawhi Leonard to Ascension people in terms of saying, hey, we're going to pay you off of the books. They introduced because Ascension was trying to be a sponsor of the Clippers, and the Clippers were looking for a face to actually, Ascension was looking for a face of the Clippers to actually promote their company. Now, in order to actually promote the company, you have to do some endorsement work, and there's no record of Kawhi Leonard ever doing that. Moving on to the NFL. Now, it was the start of the NFL season on Thursday, and it was a battle between the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys a week after trading Michael Parsons, their star linebacker, to Green Bay. Now, the Eagles went in full strength, but they lost their best defensive player when Jalen Carter appeared to spit, and he did spit, on starting quarterback Dak Prescott for the Dallas Cowboys before the first snap of the game. Now, later, the broadcast shows that Dak Prescott spit in the direction of Jalen Carter, but that wasn't caught by the referees. And this is what's going to get my bootleg take of the day. First of all, Jalen Carter, you're so above that. You're a phenomenal player, but there's nothing more disgusting than spitting on another human being. I don't care if they were talking trash to you. You're a better man than that, and you cost your team. Now, the Eagles went on to win the game 24-20, but that could have been very detrimental, and the NFL might look to suspend Jalen Carter for conduct detrimental to the league. And just sportsmanship wise, that was not a good representation of Jalen Carter, the human being, Jalen Carter, the player, the Philadelphia Eagles as a franchise, or the NFL. Sticking with the NFL, of course, the big headlines the week before the start of the season was the engagement of Travis Kelce, of course, the Kansas City Chief tight end, and pop superstar Taylor Swift. Now, according to Travis Kelce's father, they actually got engaged on August the 10th, and we just found out about it 2 weeks later. But I want to say, first of all, congratulations to the lovely couple. That's going to take some sting off of Travis Kelce and the Chiefs losing their home opener. But I want to say that might set up for Taylor Swift to perform in the Super Bowl halftime act. Moving on to the WNBA, which is going to be wrapping up their season soon. First of all, I want to send my prayers to Caitlin Clark, who's obviously the face of the WNBA. She's going to be out for the remaining of the season due to injuries. But I want to send kudos and shout outs to Aja Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces and the Aces in general as a team. They've won 13 games in a row, and they're looking like they might be the team to beat, although the Minnesota Lynx are the top seed right now, and Nafisha Collier seems like she might be the MVP. Finishing up, I want to send my first respect and honestly just well wishes to Naomi Osaka. It was great to see you get back to playing at a high level in the U.S. Open. Of course, she lost in the semifinals, but seeing her reach the semifinals after all she's been through as a mother, everything that she battled mental health wise, it's just great to see her getting back to the level that she used to compete at. And that is the bootleg take of the day. Thank you for joining us. My name is Earl K. Sneed. You can find me at Earl K. Sneed on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll be back next week with the top sports headlines.